Thank you for coming back to my channel for your stimulus check and stimulus package update. Please subscribe to my channel, please leave your thumbs up, and please leave your comments. First of all, thank you so much for all the support that you're giving me on this channel. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Y'all, this is it. No more waiting. The waiting game is over. And it could potentially be a lot of good stuff in store here. We're going to talk about the good stuff in just a minute, but I want to get through all of the other stuff first. Okay, this week is it. The Republicans has until the end of the week to come up with something, to either come up with a bipartisan plan or do something. You know the old saying, either crap or get off the pot. Well, that's basically what we're telling the Republicans this week. If they don't come up with something, a deal, bipartisan plan, if they don't try to negotiate in good faith, this week will be it. And then the Democrats will push through a Reconciliation Act. We don't need them. We don't need the Republicans to vote. We got reconciliation on our side. So what does this mean for the part one, the infrastructure part of President Joe Biden's plan? Well, it means it could be passed through through reconciliation without the Republicans. And that would free up the chances of getting even more because the Republicans are not playing ball. They don't want to negotiate, so they actually forfeit their right to do anything. So the Republicans can push it through at a higher price if they wanted to. What does this mean for the American Families Plan? Well, it means that almost anything the Democrats wants, they can put in here, because they can make it, they can throw everything in there, and it's going to be big. It's going to be big whether they throw a lot of stuff in there or not. And the Republicans will not go for it. So we already know that Republicans won't go for it. So it can be passed as a reconciliation. Also, all the things that they could throw in it would be a fourth stimulus check, reoccurring stimulus checks, a raise for Social Security, a boost for Social Security, a raise for VA. You know, during this Memorial Day, we think a lot about our veterans, what they gave up for us. It's time for us to give up a little for them. It would be good if the Republicans would play ball and get this thing passed through a bipartisan deal. It would make everything a little faster. It would make it easier. But we don't need the Republicans. We can take our ball and go home and play without them. And I believe that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to pass this as a Reconciliation Act. And y'all, for the long run, a Reconciliation Act would be good. It would be good for people on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA, because we know we would be pushing this stuff into this bill, and these people would get the help that they so desperately need. So now we have 1 week left. So now, this week that we're in right now, I believe things will start heating up. And by next week, when they're actually passing it through a Reconciliation Act, that's when the fire is going to really start burning. So the next 2 weeks is going to be getting hot in the world of stimulus. So y'all be sure and watch videos and sound off in the videos. Y'all, as we are talking right now, the Republicans are on vacation. And yes, you can call it anything you want to. A lot of people says it's not vacation. They are working in their home districts. But from what we need them for in Washington to pass these bills, it is a vacation. Call it what you want to. It's a vacation. I just don't understand how they can let them leave Washington with all of this going on. They need to stay there and get this stuff done. Y'all, Nancy Pelosi said about a month ago that she wants this passed and done by the 4th of June. It's going to be a tight squeeze. I don't see that happening. It would be great if it did, but I just don't see it happening, Nancy. Okay. Now we're going to get into the good stuff here. Y'all, if they have to use a Reconciliation Act, will they put both of these plans in that Reconciliation Act? The infrastructure and the American Families Plan. Will they put them both together and have one massive package of $4.3 trillion? And if they did this, how would it benefit the people? Well, first of all, if they do it that way, that would free up one Reconciliation Act, because they've got 2 left. And if they put both of these plans together and pass them through reconciliation, they still got one more that they can use by September. So even if they do this, put them together, and they don't put stimulus in, guess what? I'm pretty sure right after this is passed through reconciliation, they're going to shove another Reconciliation Act in, and it will have the 4th stimulus check in it. So either way, I really feel like we will be getting a 4th stimulus check. But if they do this reconciliation, push them both together, that's going to be a tremendously big bill. So why not throw the 4th stimulus check? Why not throw the reoccurring checks? Why not throw a boost to Social Security? Why not add in the raise for Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA? Why not do all that? It's all going to be past Reconciliation Act anyway, because the Republicans are not going to play ball. So let's do it and do it right. One time, one quick shot, and it's done. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. They've got until the end of the week before the Reconciliation Act is used. Okay. Y'all, I've been seeing a lot of comments in my comments, and then also yesterday, seen another YouTuber, David. He made a video, and I was glad he made that video, because I thought I was the only one seeing this stuff. People saying stuff like, stop talking about the 4th stimulus check. It's not happening. We're not getting a 4th stimulus check. That's a matter of opinion. All YouTubers has an opinion. Everyone that comes and watches these videos has an opinion. But one thing for sure, if you don't want to get a stimulus check, if you don't want things to improve, if you don't want people on Social Security to get a raise, people on VA to get a raise, if you don't want these people to be treated fairly, because they are the one that's hurting the worst, if you don't want these good things to happen, yeah, quit talking about it, because it surely won't happen then. But if you want change, and if you want good things to happen for our country and for the American people, keep talking about it. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. If we stop talking about it, the lawmaker's going to say, well, they're fine. Everything is going good. So let's just forget about the stimulus checks also. We have to keep talking about it, because somebody is seeing these videos. Because used to, they would have the polls. They'd take polls and they would ask certain people questions. Well, how many times did the polls ask you anything? The polls they've never showed a true reading of what the American people needs and wants. But now we got social media. They have people that does it. They go on social media and just see what people's talking about. Well, these YouTube channels, they have massive numbers. I mean, my channel is probably one of the smaller channels out there. and we're getting like 98,000 people right now. I mean, there's other channels that's much bigger than mine. These are massive numbers. They could never reach these kind of numbers in a poll. So if you don't want things to happen, if you don't want good things to happen to the American people and our country, yeah, stop talking about it. But I want these things to happen, so I will keep talking about it. And if you don't want to hear it, then c'est la vie. You ain't got to come back. But I will keep talking about the fourth stimulus check until we get a fourth stimulus check. Y'all, please sound off in the comments what you feel about all this garbage that we're going through right now. Do you think they're going to pass one big package for reconciliation? I think they will, but let me know what you think about it. Do you want that idea? Do you want them to do that? And if not, why? Please sound off in my comments. Also, keep your faith in Jesus Christ. He's going to get us through all this stuff. I think He's already provided a way. We just hadn't found out what that way is yet, but we will. And I don't think it's going to be much longer. Say a prayer for our country. Say a prayer for our leaders, whether you like them or not. They need your prayers. They are under a lot of pressure. I mean, most of them think they're doing the right thing, but our prayers will help them do the right things. Say a prayer for everyone around the world that's hurting through COVID, financial hardships, or any other affliction. The whole world needs a healing. Jesus Christ is the only one that can do that. Until next time, just know I love you all, and I'll see you again. Ciao.